This is my 4th day hair. I washed and styled my hair 4 days ago, and I'm gonna be telling you how to refresh your hair, your thin and fine curly hair. So let's get into it. Alright, so these techniques, they kind of like flow over into each other. There are a few basic techniques that I kind of like use on their own or combine with other things. We're moving from the quickest to the least quick option that I have for you. And one thing I do have to note is that honestly, for me at least, it's not realistic to refresh my hair every day, and often I'm a little bit lazy, but these are ways you can do it if you need to go somewhere, if you feel like now my hair has to look good, or maybe you are someone who likes to refresh every day. It's all possible. Next to that, the more time you do spend on refreshing your hair, the more extreme, more impactful the result will be. So I have ways I refresh my hair that take me a few minutes, but it won't make much of a difference. And then there are ways I refresh my hair that take 20 minutes. It will do a lot, but I won't always have time for that. Alright, the first way I refresh my hair is I take a clothing steamer. It's just a like 25 euro clothing steamer from like Amazon. I think you can find them. I will put all the products, all the things that I use down below. But this type of clothing steamer is a way you can refresh the hair, reduce the frizz without really wetting the hair and having to blow dry the hair. That is what I like about a clothing steamer. If I'm in a rush, if I want to like refresh my hair really quickly, I don't want to change too much about it. It's actually often when I use the clothing steamer, my hair is still looking pretty good, but I just feel like it needs a little bit of a refresher. Maybe my curls have stretched a little bit. This is usually what I do for like second day hair. So the thing with the clothing steamer is because it disperses the mist, the extra bit of hydration, the extra bit of like water that you add to the hair, because it disperses so evenly, so finely. You can just steam the hair and then leave it. Like it will curl up again with the steam, but you won't have to really do anything else with it. If you don't want to, you don't have to blow dry it. It will dry quite fast, quite naturally. It won't look like you've actually just washed your hair. It won't be drenched. Kind of depends on what you do, but it's very hard to get your hair drenched with a clothing steamer. But I find a clothing steamer to be such a handy dandy tool to refresh thin and fine curly hair. It usually takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to refresh my hair this way, and I just really enjoy it because I don't have to do much else beside it. Like I can just take 5 minutes and then I'm good to go. As I said, the first way was the quickest, it was the least work, and it was also the thing that had the least amount of impact on the hair. So if you want a little bit more impact, I can imagine you want maybe to add a little bit more hold. Like sometimes you just feel that your hair is a little frizzy, it just feels a little like slippy and slidey. You just feel like you need a little bit more for the curls to be able to form and stay again. Like you want to make them last a little longer and you want to reduce that frizz. So what you can do is mix a little bit of your curl gel, and the one that I have is the Curly Girl Movement Curl Defining Gel. Defines and enhances your curls. This is the gel that has like changed my life. I love this gel. But I just take the littlest tiny bit of this gel, and then I actually mix it with water and put that in a spray bottle like this. This is just always like standing here on my vanity. Whenever I need it, I will just take this and just like give it a good shake. Like make sure that the little bit of gel is mixed well with the water, and then you can use this to really add a little bit of hold. Add a little bit of water as well. So water and hold, that makes it possible for your curls to form again, but also defrizz. This just does a little bit more than just steaming the hair. But the thing with this is that when I use this, I either take just a little tiny bit, then I won't blow dry my hair. But if I take a little bit more, and then I will have to blow dry my hair, and that will take me another like 5 minutes to get that done. But I do have to say that I really like this method. I do this the most, like the steaming and then just taking a little bit of the spray, spraying it in my hair, scrunching it up a little bit and just shaking it out and just pulling the curls apart a little bit. Like if I don't have a lot of time, I will just like take my curls, pull them apart, shake them up. I will do it before, I will do it after. It kind of depends how it's all looking after I've done the refresh. But I find this to be something that is really just easy and quick to do. It doesn't like change the curls like immensely. So if your curls are really stretched out, maybe you've had them up in a bun, that this is not really the technique that I would go for. Like this is really more on the subtle side, but I do really like it for the second or third day for me personally. So the second way of refreshing that I wanted to mention, I mean, I'm just talking about the spray, but the second way is that I would first steam the hair, like do all the steaming, and then I will take this spray and just add a little bit of extra water that can like make the curls form, and a little bit of extra hold with this like mixed bottle that I mixed myself. So you can kind of like play around with that, use a little bit of the spray, use a little bit of the steam, but that together is like something you can do really quick and easy. The third way that you can use is just use the spray. You can pull like the curls a little bit apart if you want to. You can comb your hair if you want to, like you can do that. It kind of depends what you want to do. Do you want to like restart a little bit more, or do you want to keep the curls that you already have going on? If you kind of like restart the curl, like recurl the curl, it will take you more time, but sometimes that will really like give the life back to your curls. And so you can also just use that spray on its own, spray your hair with that, and then like pull apart the curls, shake up the curls, blow dry the curls. So that is also a way that I find works really well. And it kind of depends, like you can use a little bit of spray, you can use a lot of spray, see what works for you. And I feel like my hair looks different every day, my hair feels different every day. I just look at what I want to do that day and what I want my hair to be like, and I'm also just looking at what state my hair is in. Alright, then we have an option. Now we're going into like the more extreme options, the like we are really restyling these curls options. I have to say I don't do these a lot, but they are very effective. Like after I do 4 or 5, my hair is looking so good again. If you like have to go to a party, you have to go take photos, you have to go somewhere important, this is such a good way to refresh, but it takes a little bit more time, but it's still not too bad, I have to say. So you can comb out your hair if it's bad, otherwise you can just pull it apart with your fingers, shake it up a little bit, but I combed it out in the demo. And then you can use a water bottle, just water, to wet the hair, and then you can use the mix of water and a little bit of gel to add a little bit of hold. This is especially if you feel like there's already a lot of product in your hair and you don't want to add a lot of heaviness, you don't want to add a lot of extra product. I mean, if you have thin and fine curly hair, you don't want to weigh down the hair too much. So this is really when you already have a lot of product, but still your hair looks a bit frizzy, still the curls have stretched out, maybe it's like day 3 or day 4. Then I would say use a lot of water and use a little bit of hold, and then just blow dry the hair. Like you really reset the curls this way, and you can really give them a boost, and they will still have the hold from the product that is still in your hair. Like the product doesn't disappear from your hair, and if you add water and blow dry it, you will see that it's still gonna look very good. This is one that I like to do. I don't like to feel the product in my hair too much. I don't want to feel like heavy jelly product. I don't want to feel like I can't run my hands through my hair. So this is a really good one for me if I want to feel like my hair is gonna look good and I'm just gonna be happy with it throughout the day. Yeah, I just don't like crunchy curls, so this one is a really good one. Then today, for this refresh that I just did, I wanted to do like the most extreme, the most refresh, like really comb through the hair, really wet it. I didn't totally drench it. I don't feel like it's really necessary, and I don't feel like I wanna blow dry my hair for 30 minutes for a refresh. It is just a lot of work and I get really bored while blow drying my hair. So that's not really for me. you can do it. Like, you can really drench your hair, but it's not really my thing. But when you do this method, this fifth method, you do apply gel like you did when you first styled your hair after washing. And this time I decided to do that. Like, this was a perfect day to do that because I have been wearing my hair in a bun like the past 2 days. I hadn't taken care of it. All of the hold that it was ever there completely had disappeared, so I really needed like a true fresh new hold in my hair. So I did go in with the hair gel. I did do kind of like a complete refresh, and I feel like it really worked very well for me today. My hair feels like very nice and soft but not too frizzy. I feel the hold. I feel that it's all like really working well. It meshed really well, and I really enjoy how my hair is looking today. It kind of convinced me that maybe I should put a little bit more effort in my hair. I already told you, but I can be really lazy. Sometimes it's hard to be lazy and have curly hair. It can be an issue. But yeah, sometimes like you really have to feel the hair. Feel what's going on with your hair. Does it feel slippy? Does it feel slidey? Does it feel thin? Does it feel frizzy? Like, if you don't feel any hold in your hair, then maybe a refresh like this could be good. Just really go all out. Really like do a reset. Not just a refresh, a reset. Like totally combing out the hair, totally making the hair wet, and then using a gel and blow drying it the way you would normally do. Alright, these are already gonna be my 5 types of refresh. I would say that from these types of refresh you could create and combine and do more types of refresh. It's just keep in mind the steamer, keep in mind the mix of water and gel, keep in mind just applying water, just applying the gel with water. There are so many options here. I called it 5, but it's just look at your hair, look at yourself, and decide what is the best refresh for you that day. And that's gonna be everything. If you want to see more thin and fine curly hair videos, I would recommend subscribing. I try to do this more. I already have a little bit of a playlist going on. And yeah, then I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.